And if you've ever wondered what a well-known New England hockey player gets involved in during his retirement years,
to see something like that on canvas when you know there's a lot of man hours put into doing that.
It's all about the arts, you know. The fastest 60 minutes in sports.
Passing it across, not again,
Is next. Those who followed his career in Boston Bruins colors can only conjure up visions of dealing out vicious hits and lighting lamps around the NHL. These days, a different sort of sport for Cam Neely, one with a distinct artistic flair.
I remember well the gift of giving by the fans. Their support extended beyond the game. I will never forget their compassion during my personal battles with the illness of my parents or with my professional battles with injury. I thank them deeply and sincerely.
Cam Neely's place in Boston Bruins lore rocks steady, and in retirement spends most of his time raising money for the Cam Neely Foundation, a place for cancer patients and their families to stay while undergoing treatment. A man of great talent, inspiring vision, and as Jeb Fisher tells us, one who allows himself to be painted into a corner to help a cause.
Roberts, Shaw, shot. Scores! Neely cut the front, and Neely gets number 50.
You remember Hall of Famer Cam Neely. 56 game winners, 5 All-Star appearances, the legendary Ulf Samuelsson throttling, a local hero to those battling cancer, the retired sweater, and now the subject of one gigantic canvas and oil homage celebrating the great number 8's decade in the black and gold.
I got a call and said, listen, there's this great artist that would like to do this piece on you, and are you opposed to that? And I said, well, it sounds like a no-brainer to me, and sure enough, it came out phenomenal.
Stephen Holland is the renowned artist responsible for the work. His portfolio is a virtual hall of fame of legendary men's men. And for Holland, Neely was a first ballot inductee.
I like to paint tough guys, and Cam embodies that. And I also, I really strive for excellence in my work. And Cam embodies both of those elements. You know, being a tough guy, and really, there's such a finesse to him, and plus, he's just a great guy.
You got Tom Brady down there, you got John Elway, you got Muhammad Ali, Gretzky, Tiger Woods, Bruce Lee, and then, you know, you have Steve McQueen, Frank Sinatra. I mean, it's pretty cool. I had no idea. I had no idea the size of the piece either, so that was pretty overwhelming when I first saw it.
Seeing his likeness is nothing new. Seeing it like this obviously is.
I've seen a ton of photographs of myself playing, but to see something like that on canvas when you know there's a lot of man hours put into doing that, and the size of it, it's overwhelming to, you know, when I first walked in, I was like, okay, you know, it's almost like the size of it's almost like looking in a mirror.
Neely was obviously honored to have his likeness immortalized like so many other great athletes before him. When he was asked, will that image be on display here at the Neely House, a home away from home for families coping with cancer, he said it just wouldn't be right.
You know, the Neely House is really a memory of our parents, and you know, I don't want to overshadow that with hockey memorabilia, but if there's a way we can raise money to do something with the foundation, that would probably be better than hanging a picture of myself in there.
Ask him about his accomplishments in the rink, and he's downright humble. When his post-hockey passion enters the discussion, Cam lights up.
You know, we started out with the Neely House, which is basically a bed and breakfast style facility right inside Tufts New England Medical Center, and there's 16 self-contained apartments, 2 common living rooms, dining rooms, and kitchens. So we love the common areas because, you know, one of the things that we saw when we were going through that was to be able to talk to another person that's gone through it or going through it is a little different than talking to somebody that really cares about you and cares about what's going on, but you can't really have that discussion.
The Neely Foundation was formed in 1995 in honor of Michael and Marlene Neely, Cam's parents. They both lost their lives to cancer 20 years ago. The foundation has already raised $14 million and continues to prove that it can make a difference.
We committed a $5 million pledge to the new neurosurgery department for cancer research and treatment in memory of my father. Our father died of a brain tumor, so That's going to be over a 5-year period. We've already committed over $1 million. So a lot of great things happening, and obviously couldn't do it without the support that we get from a lot of people in New England.
While the Neely House has the support it needs, local support has been at a premium for the hockey team that resides over on Causeway. While Neely focuses on bigger things, he still yearns for the Bruins' success.
Lost their way a little bit, and I like every other Bruins fan, hope they find their way back soon. And quite frankly, I think for the first time, I think the franchise really has found bottom, and I think there's only one way to go now, and it's up. And I think ownership really understands that. Let's be honest. I mean, people have a legitimate gripe with what's happened with the organization over the last 30-plus years. Haven't won a championship, and other sports teams in town are winning and have won. So everybody gets a taste of it, and they want all their teams to win.
Which begs the question: is Jeremy Jacobs an owner who is ever going to allow that to happen? Neely believes that change is imminent and necessary.
Even though Mr. Jacobs watches how the Bruins do, I just think that having teams with local ownership and being around and being the face of the organization has really made it glaring that they haven't had that here. And now Charlie Jacobs is here, and I think he's really shown a face to, okay, I'm part of the ownership. We do care about the team, the organization, the fans, and the city. And quite frankly, I really do believe that they're going to make a real effort to turn it around.
White in front, Bergeron scores!
And I'd like to be very clear in that the instructions given to me by the Jacobs are very clear, and that is to return a winning tradition to the Boston Bruins organization, and I'm going to do that.
The chaotic rummage for a new general manager ended with the introduction of Peter Chiarelli. Neely admits that the endeavor of turning the Bruins around is a task that he would not undertake.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would love to do what I can to help the organization, get back to where everybody would like to see it, but I really don't see that as my day-to-day job. I think you really have to be ready to dive in like that. It's not just, game days. It's, 24/7, 365 days a year. And I got 2 young kids right now that I'm really enjoying spending time with them.
From board-rocking Bees captain to dedicated dad, Cam Neely has always strived to honor his departed parents. His history of excellence on the ice, in the community, and now on the canvas paint Neely as a Boston legend.
The pass in front, Neely, shot, score!
From Boston, I'm Jeb Fisher, CN8 Sports Pulse.
Cam and his brother always involved in the Neely House. They do some great things, and it is really a worthwhile project. If you ever feel like giving them a call, perhaps you've been donating some money, some furniture, whatever, they're great people. 617-346-5900. Look it up, the Neely House. Nice job by Jeb and the Neelys doing what they do.